Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the well and teach well, be great example such younger brothers. Peace and blessings, throw for elect, Lord willing, we be a part of that number. I'm with Brother Quadar, I'm here with
Adanya.
And this lesson is me and the brothers on the move. You know, we just talking through the spirit about moving wisely, you know, especially in these times. You know, because the scripture says, if thou be amongst the indiscreet, observe the times. You know, the scripture also says, the love of many shall wax cold. So knowing the times that we're in, we have to move with wisdom. You know, all these experiences and these all these years of application, you know, has to come out. You know, because the Lord has been giving us a trial ground, man. You know, to where He's testing us and He's proving us. You know, so we have to actually apply these precepts now. You know, expect now more than ever, or you're gonna get caught up out here, man. You know, so we gotta move with wisdom. You grab that first precept, brother.
That Matthew. All right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse 16. It says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves."
That's right. Hey, and that's the spirit that we must be in, man. We gotta move with wisdom. The scripture say, David behaved wisely. Okay, so knowing that we're in this, we're in amongst wolves, man. All right, we don't need to be around them too much. All unnecessary interactions. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the scripture says, matter of fact, let me grab this real quick.
Yeah. So the Lord, He said He sent us forth as sheep. All right, and okay, come.
Yeah, this 2 Corinthians 6:14, just to back up. The scripture says, "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion have light with darkness?" So it's like you mixing oil with water. It just won't mix. You know. So someone who goes hard for Yahweh Shemel Shai, and on the flip side, someone who goes hard for wickedness, for death, for the death style, it's always gonna be a clash.
Yeah.
Even if you're being cordial, it's like, why am I around you? You know. So we have to use wisdom, man. You know, you got it, brother. Salaki.
Nah, yeah, and that's all. Because I was, I'm gonna grab that next one. That's Sirach. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 27, and verse. I'm gonna just start at 11. Sirach 27:11. The discourse of a godly man is always with wisdom, but a fool changeth as the moon. Right, so really being around these people is no benefit to even being around them, man. Right, if you want to be around somebody and you like for your walk to be profitable, you have to be around those with understanding, those that fear Yahweh Shemel Shai, those are that are occupied in the word, like-minded men. Right, but if you around the simple, the wicked, all right, the rebellious, all right, those whom indignation is laid up for, ultimately, you know, you're going to get caught up in that same boat, man.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, the scripture say, meddle not with them which are given to change. Could you read that last part when it says change of as the moon?
It says,
you start from the top.
Sirach 27:11. The discourse of a godly man is always with wisdom, but a fool changeth as the moon.
That's right. And the moons has different, what they call that?
Phases.
Different phases, man. You know, hey, these people are wishy-washy, man.
Yeah.
They susceptible to whatever spirit hop on them.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
They don't know how to fight it, man. and deep down inside, these niggas hate us, man. Because we're with Yahweh Shemel Shai. We're the light, man, because we got the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know? You got it, though, brother.
Verse 12, if thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time, but be continually among men of understanding.
Hey, that's right, man. Because the scripture says, if these things be done to green tree, what shall be done to dry? It's so much horrific judgment being played out here, man. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, why would you even want to get caught up in some unnecessary shit, man? Yeah. You know, I was just watching the elder brother Nadazaki's video. You know, he was basically going into how these niggas think like animals. You know, so just because you're around someone that they don't like, they'll automatically assume that you're, you know, affiliated with that person. You can get caught up with their judgment.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's judgment happening all around us, man. You know, so we have... Go ahead, brother. You want to...
Because the scriptures say that the Lord loves those that dwell with wisdom. So once you hear these precepts, and you hear that you got to observe the time when you're among the in the street, And when you hear things like he that touches pitch shall be defiled therewith, once you hear those things and you neglect it and you don't move with wisdom to apply it, that's when the Lord takes that hedge from you, man.
Yeah.
You know. So like the brother Quadar was going into earlier about how these years of experience that the Lord is gaining us, we can't just move and do the same things that we did when we were younger and we were less wise, man. All right, you do things like that, that's pretty much irksome to the Lord. And then Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to put you through a seat of judgment to remind you, man, that ultimately, first and foremost, you need to be applying these precepts, man. And that means being holy and separate from the world of, especially these 2/3 niggas of Israel, man.
That's right. Hey, can we grab Amos 3:3? Baba Shah?
Yeah, this the book of Amos.
That's the spirit, because you said holy, which means separate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're separate from these niggas, man.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, bro.
This the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Mm-hmm. That's plain. You got it, bro.
Yeah, if one person, he values morals and good and integrity, and one person, all he wants to do is wickedness, adultery, and murder, all right, how they gonna walk together? They can't come to agreement on anything, man. So ultimately, that's not a union, man.
Yeah.
All right, that's not somebody whom you could work with. That's not a bond, man. All right, y'all are clean contrary unto each other, so y'all ways are gonna mix, and like the bro was saying, they're gonna clash.
Yeah.
All right, you want to follow righteousness, the other nigga wants to follow wickedness. He gonna get you out the way, man. You know, ultimately, he's gonna turn and it's gonna flip on you, man. You know.
That's right, bro. I had a quick one. This is Proverbs 29 and 27. It says, an unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked. So it's a hatred on both sides. Okay? So you knowing that deep down inside, all right, you knowing that through the spirit, why would you even put yourself in a situation, you know, to where judgment might happen, man?
Yeah.
You know, to where some shit might go down. You know, so we have to move with wisdom, man.
Yeah.
You know, especially, you know, we're you know, especially when you're at your job and whatnot, you don't want to give these people too much information about you, man. 'Cause these people are snakes, man.
Yeah.
They'll try to get little information from you. All right, try to. These people want to see you lose, man.
Yeah.
All right, these people hate you.
Yeah.
You know, keep it simple. Go on about your day. You know, and leave work at work, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, move with Yahweh Shem Yahshua with those frontlets, man.
That's
As the
right.
frontlets of your eye at the forefront of your mind, man. All right, this the book of Revelation, chapter 18, and verse 4. It says, and I heard another voice come from heaven, saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Yeah, so you got to come out of this place mentally, man. You have to come, and it's not a physical depart, but it's a mental, like your mindset has to depart from this place, man.
You got to depart mentally before you depart physically.
Yeah.
Chariots.
Yep, yep. And but if your mindset has departed, then what? You're not gonna be in the same spirit as these people. All right, if these people is in the spirit of folly, party, and bullshit, you know, hey, it's nothing wrong with having a balance and having a life and enjoying yourself, but it's a more better, wiser way to do things,
Better
man.
to be in a house of mourning.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And so that's what when the Lord said, "Come out of her," He said to depart from this place mentally. You and the 2/3 niggas shouldn't be thinking the same. Shouldn't be thinking the same,
Yep.
man.
If he don't got the scriptures, you know, this is all through the spirit, you know, because a wicked nigga don't have to filter the scriptures, man. He don't filter his thoughts through the scriptures, you know.
Yeah.
He don't filter his decisions through the scriptures.
Yeah.
Us as men of the Lord, you know, we do, you know, so we have to move with wisdom.
Yeah.
You know, more is required of us. Our scriptures say, for to whom much is given, much is also required. You know, so the Lord expects more from us. Like, you know, your oldest son, like, man, I expected more from you, man. That's the dumbest shit you could have.
Right.
Know?
He doing the shit that the younger son wouldn't even do.
Yeah.
The younger son, he got that fear of you on him. The older son is out there wilding. No, you gonna hold him to a higher standard, man.
That's right.
And then when it comes down to that punishment, you gonna beat that ass a lot more, man.
That's right.
You know. So that's why all of these precepts, like the bro was saying, your thoughts have to be filtered through this precept. So when you hear, if thou be among the industry, observe the time, and you just lollygagging and loafing, you know, and lacking around wicked ass niggas, 9 times out of 10, something is gonna happen, man.
That's right.
You know. And then especially once you start going through experiences, and the Lord, he give you a slap on the wrist the first time or the second time. All right, that time after time, no, the Lord, he got a discipline as a father, man. You know?
Yeah, the Lord puts us all through our own individual experiences, you know, and sometimes it takes harder. I mean, sometimes it takes longer, you know, for, you know, some jakes to get right when it comes to certain things, man. You know, the Lord will continue to punish you, you know, until you correct that mistake, you know. So it's all a learning process, man. You know, we all the righteous, you know, humble down to the will of Yahweh by Shemel Shai. You know, did you have a precept?
That Micah.
Yeah, about
Okay. It's the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart." Well, mentally, once again, it's the same message that the Lord is giving in Revelation. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." You can't get comfortable in this place. You don't just sit and get lackadaisical with this place. That's why Yahweh Shai said, what if the servant began to eat and drink with the drunken, man? Right, he gonna come and catch him unawares, man.
Yeah.
You know?
We have to be on our watch. You know, the scripture says, brother just read the Micah 2 and 10. When you go into the word for America, obviously we know it go back to Amerigo Vespucci, the Edomite. All right? But we also know that the word Marigo means bitter. You know, so this is our punishment, as it says in Baruch, the 3rd chapter. You know, we weren't brought here to, you know, like Sicario or these other camps, try to build a community try to build a kingdom under our oppressor, man.
Yeah.
You know, this ain't our rest. This is our punishment.
Yeah.
This is our time out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So things not gonna go your way. Hey, you're meant to be punished here. You're meant to be bitter here, man.
Yeah.
You know, so we can't get in the mindset of trying to be too comfortable, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Micah 2 and 10, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction."
Yeah, America's fucking polluted, man. Hey, the scripture say the course of the earth is out of
the foundations of the earth is out of course.
Yep, Psalms 82. All right, or 83. But the foundations of the earth are out of course, man. You woe to them that call evil good and good evil. All right, Edom pushes the total opposite of what the Most High pushes, man. And this earth is completely fucked, man.
Yeah.
Proverbs 29 and 2. All right, when the wicked bear fruit of people mourn, this whole earth is suffering under the rule of this devil, man. All right, their mind is fucked up, their bodies is fucked up. He's polluted everything from the food, the air, the water to their buying.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to get delivered, man, because hey, we have to get healed too.
Yeah.
We have to get this shit we suffered at, you know.
Yeah. That's why the scriptures say that if the Lord don't cut it short, that no flesh will be saved, man.
That's
because
right.
ultimately that's that destruction. This pollution, man. This way, if this place continues, it's gonna just be a genocide, just a genocide,
Yeah,
man.
Esau will kill everybody.
You
man.
know?
Like the Pride Lands and when Scar took over with the hyenas and how the Pride Lands, everything was gray,
barren.
It was through. You know, we're waiting for that righteous authority to be established, as the scripture says in Sirach 10 and 4. All right, the power to let's go at Sirach 10 and 4.
That's Sirach 10.
And we'll close out
Okay.
the water. I don't want to butcher it, so.
Okay. Start at 1. Sirach 10 and 1 is that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Sirach 10 and 1, "A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered." Yeah, so you know that's how you know that this place is just it's all backwards, man. You got
God knows.
you got the government is against each other. Everybody complains. It's just completely through. That's how you know it can't be this present time and this present kingdom that we're in, man.
That's right.
Verse 2, "As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein." Yup. So what type of man is very evident. You got the YNs, Moism, the fucking folly, wickedness, adultery, just nothing but it's no good things. Like, what are the good things about this place? That's how you know that it's a wicked man in rulership, man. You know, verse 3, "An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority the city shall be inhabited." And it says, "The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable."
And that starts with Yahweh Shai, okay? With the elect ruling under him, man. You know, where the earth will be ruled in righteousness, man, in peace, in order, under the law, statutes, commandments. That's what we're waiting on, man. You know, So we close out with that, bro.
Mhm.
You know, so with that, Lord willing, it was edifying through the Spirit. You know, Scripture say Spirit has the wind. You know, so Lord willing, we want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Kakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles, the elders, great millstone. Peace and blessings to our full elect. Lord willing, we be a part of that number.
That's right.
Shalom.
Shalom.
I'm Yasharala.
I'm Yasharala.
Wa Baba Ball.
Baba.